So after you've bought a bike, one of the first upgrades you're going to want to make are some new handlebars. And you can choose between 2-piece and 4-piece handlebars. Once you've decided, you need to decide on the actual handlebar. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 9 2-piece BMX handlebars. These handlebars, I'll link to them in the description, but these are some good options for advanced riders all the way down to beginner riders. It's important to upgrade your handlebars if you bought a complete bike that has cheap high tensile steel handlebars, because these will all be full chromoly handlebars. And also, when you upgrade your handlebars, you'll be able to adjust the geometry. And by changing the geometry, you're going to change the way that the bike feels and handles. For me personally, when I started learning about different geometries and changing the geometries of my bike, it made tricks and learning new things easier because I was able to give myself more control in areas where I really needed it. For example, getting taller handlebars gave me some more leverage to lift the front wheel up higher and get higher bunny hops. You'll learn that there's a bunch of different things you can change on your bike to make your BMX journey easier. So let's talk about some of the best 2-piece handlebars. The first one on the list are the Stolen roll bars, and this is what Stolen says about them. The Stolen roll bars feature a modern design that check all the boxes that a freestyle handlebar should be utilizing. It has multi-butted 4130 chromoly tubing, a P2 post-production heat treating, and a 29.5-inch width. If you factor all the well-placed decals and Stolen factor in well-placed decals and Stolen has created a bar that is worthy of any BMX bike. I try to assume what they're going to say before they say it in the thing, and sometimes that makes me mess it all up. Currently, these bars are on sale from $80 down to $60 on Danscomp. This is a really good deal, and the reason I picked these was more so because they're a good beginner upgrade, not because they're crazy quality. They're available in a 9.5, a 9.75, and a 10-inch rise option. They weigh 32 ounces, and they have black and chrome colorway options. Okay, so some of the pros of the Stolen roll bars include the notches on the handlebars. These notches that you can see here in the picture make it easier to cut the bars down. So they're 29.5-inch width. You can cut those down to be more narrow because for some people, close to 30-inch wide bars are a little bit too much. I also like the fact that these bars come in multiple size options, multiple rise options, because being able to choose between different rises is going to make it easier for you to make sure that you get the perfect upgrade. These bars are full chromoly, and I really like that. That's a good pro of these bars. Some of the cons about the Stolen roll bars include that 3-degree upsweep. This is a high upsweep. You don't see this on very many bars. One time I bought Eastern nitrous bars. This was a long time ago, and they were 5-degree upsweep. I swear to God, my wrists were like tilted up like that. The upsweep was crazy. And so 3-degree upsweep is more than industry standard. You'll find 1.5 to 2 degrees. Now, these are just steeper, okay? So you need to be prepared for that. It might throw you off. It might feel a little bit weird. And these bars are over 30 ounces, which makes them pretty heavy. I know I talked about some of the pros being those multiple size options, but these size options are huge. You don't get anything closer to 9-inch options. Like everything is 9.5 and up, and that's a really tall rise. Like it doesn't leave many options for smaller riders who might want something a little bit smaller than a 9.5. Because of all that, these bars are going to score a 6.2 out of 10. I think that they're a great upgrade. They're going to be a million times better than high tensile steel bars that are found on most complete bikes, but they don't have a lot of the bells and whistles that you'll see on these bikes later on. The next bike on the list are the Demolition, or the next bars on the list are the Demolition Fast and Loose bars. The Demolition Fast and Loose bars are made from 13-butted 4130 chromoly tubing. They feature a bigger center box section and thicker heat treating on the tubing for extra strength. So get ready to pull back or die, as the Fast and Loose guys say. These bars cost $79 for the black version. They're available in a 9, a 9.25, a 9.5, and a 10-inch rise option, and they're also very heavy at 33 ounces. Some of the pros of these Demolition fast and loose bars include the really clean look. I think that, the black version looks nice and clean, the chrome version looks nice and clean, the logo looks sick. Like, these are nice looking handlebars, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm pretty picky about stuff. Like, usually you'll hear me say that parts look funny more than you'll hear me say that they look clean, but these are clean looking handlebars. They've got that thicker heat treated tubing. This is gonna make these bars last quite a bit longer than other bars, especially over those stolen bars that I was talking about earlier. Some of the cons include that they're pretty heavy. I think 33 ounces is quite a bit for some handlebars. It does not have notches on the handlebars for cutting them down. It's going to make cutting them down quite a bit harder. You're going to have to actually measure them and make sure that your pipe cutter stays in the same spot. And because of that, these bars are going to score a 7.7. Like I said, they're much better quality than those stolen bars, but there's some room for improvement here. I did really like the size options. I think those were good size options, but they're heavier bars, and there's some things about them. Like, these are good for higher end riders who want something that has a more stable geometry, but not good for everybody, and that's what we're trying to find. The next bars on the list are the Odyssey Brock bars. The Odyssey Brock bars are Brock Rayford's signature model. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm a big Brock Rayford fan. I have his custom or his signature frame. I like Brock Rayford, okay? These bars are built around the Lumberjack XXL bar shape, but with a narrower width and slightly less back sweep. They're made from multi-butted chromoly tubing so that they're lighter, but they still have the same strength. They've got large radius bends for more strength. Overall, these are pretty high quality bars, but they're very expensive. They're going to cost $109. They come in a 9.8 inch rise, and they weigh 31 ounces. Some of the pros include the lifetime 41 thermal warranty through Odyssey. This is a pretty rare thing. You don't see lifetime warranties on handlebars very often at all. So it's cool that these are included that these have the 41 thermal lifetime warranty. They're full heat treated chromoly, and they have a bigger 7/8 inch crossbar, which is a little bit thicker than the 19 millimeter that you'll typically find. It just adds strength, okay? Overall, they built these bars to last because they don't want to have to give away a bunch of free bars through that warranty program. So they really put some effort into making sure it lasts, and then if it doesn't last, it's on them because they'll replace your bars. So it's worth the risk, Some of the cons include only one size option. You can only get these in a 9.8 inch rise. You can't get them in any other rise size, and I think that that's a little bit silly. Makes it hard to fine tune your bike if there's only one size option. So that's kind of a bummer. And I think that these are very expensive handlebars. Now, it's $109 for the chrome version, but over $109 for handlebars is crazy. But because of the quality, these are going to score an 8.1 out of 10. I like these bars. I like the strength. I like the lifetime warranty. I think if you don't get the chrome version, you can get the black version that's a little bit cheaper. Using that lifetime warranty or relying on that lifetime warranty means that you're going to have bars that could potentially last you a lifetime. And if you found the bars that are right for you, if that size is right for you, upgrading them or replacing them when you have a break, if you have a break, will be pretty cool because you don't have to spend any more money. And I always like that. Like, value is very important to me. Next on the list are the Shadow Volus featherweight bars. Let's look for some lighter handlebars here. The Shadow Volus featherweight bars have a proprietary teardrop shaped crossbar for a unique look, strength, and weight savings. These bars feature a lightweight 13B tubing profile, which is the perfect blend of thick and thin to get ultimate balance of strength and weight savings. These bars are $76. They're available in 8.5, 8.75, 9, 9.5, and 10 inch. There are so many different size options with these bars, and I really appreciate the fact that Shadow does that. That way they can help more riders get a good set of handlebars, because there's lots of options, so you can definitely find one that's going to work for you. And they're pretty light. They weigh 29 ounces for the 8.5 inch option. This is the first handlebar we've seen on this list under 30 ounces. Lightweight handlebars are really good. Some of the pros include that lightweight that I was just talking about. I also really like the teardrop shape crossbar. My friend had these handlebars and I was feeling it. I was like, this is kind of sick. I think I don't know. You see somebody at the skate park who has something unique on their bike or something different that you don't see very often. Like my Fly Lunar rims get that a lot. They're just like, they've got holes all around the rim, and people are like, "Oh, that's cool." That's what's going to happen with these teardrop crossbars. They're just unique and they're pretty cool. I also like the fact that they have tons of different size options. It's going to make it easier for somebody to fine tune their bike and get the perfect size handlebars. Some of the cons include no notching for cutting down the handlebars. If you're going to make these bars more narrow, you're going to need to use a pipe cutter and a tape measure, and it's a little bit harder to do it this way. And because of the lightweight, I would say these bars are just a little bit less durable. They're not crazy, but when you compare them to something thick and beefy like the Odyssey Brock bars, they're just not designed to last as long. There's not a lifetime warranty with these bars. They're lighter, but they may be less durable. But because of everything, I still gave these bars an 8.3 out of 10. I like the size options. I like the price point. I like the value. I like the weight. Like, I like everything about these bars. So they're going to score an 8.3. Next on the list are the Kink Rex bars. The Kink Rex bars are constructed from 13 butted. This is the same thing as those other bars, 13B, 13 butted, 4130 chromoly tubing with a 19mm crossbar. True therm post-weld heat treating to further increase strength and durability. The chrome version of these bars are $109, while the black version is $79. They're only available in a 9.5-inch option, and they weigh 29 ounces. So surprisingly, these bars, at half an inch taller than the Volus featherweight bars, they weigh the same. So the Kink Rex bars are really solid in terms of weight, but how do they do with strength? Well, some of the pros include that surprisingly lightweight that I was talking about. When I was checking these out, I did not expect them to be that light. I expected them to be 32 or 33 ounce handlebars, and they were not. They've got Kink's heat-treated chromoly on here. Their heat treatment process is very solid. It lasts, and these are high-quality bars for sure. They come in a black and chrome option. I think it's good that people can choose between different colors when they're upgrading their bike. Some of the cons include the only one size option. This is disappointing to me because it's like, okay, well, if 9.5 inch is not the right size for you, or you don't want 9.5 inch rise bars, you're going to have to settle for something else. And that's a little bit disappointing. They have 1 degree of upsweep, which is also just a little bit odd. You don't see this very often. Just like the 3 degrees on the stolen bars, 1 degree might throw you off just a little bit. So the Kink Rex bars scored a 7.8 out of 10. I think they're good bars. I appreciate the weight, but I'm really bummed that they did not have multiple size options. These 9.5, only having one 9.5 inch option is a little bit lame in my opinion. Next on the list are the Colony Sweet Tooth bars. These are Alex Heim's signature handlebars, and they're made from multi-butted chromoly tubing, heat treated for strength, and they feature a tapered crossbar to reduce weight. This tapered crossbar looks really cool. These bars cost $76.99. They are available in 8.8 inch and a 9.4 inch, so you get a few different options, but not a ton. They weigh 30.4 ounces. Some of the pros of the Colony Sweet Tooth bars include the tapered crossbar. I just think that this looks cool, and I think it does its job of maintaining the strength of the handlebars while reducing the weight, and that's an important thing to do. If you can cut weight in a way that doesn't compromise quality, you're doing something right, and that's what Colony's doing with these Alex Heim Sweet Tooth bars. They've got strong chromoly with the heat treating. They're built to last, and I really like the geometry of these bars. Not just the rise, but the overall geometry, the up sweep, the back sweep. These are sick handlebars, and the geometry is going to be good for most riders. Some of the cons include the limited size options. I know 2 options is like, it's okay, but it's still not ideal. You know, having to go, oh man, I guess I don't want 9.4s, I want like 9.25, but the next best thing is 8.8. Like, it just puts you in a really uncomfortable position. Go, I want 9-inch bars, but I gotta go to an 8.8 because that's the only thing that's available. Like, you don't have a lot of room there to wiggle and to find something that's a perfect size for you. I'm also bummed that there's no notches to cut down the bars. Cutting down bars is a really time-consuming process without the notches, and it's something that I feel like most people do at some point. Cut down their bars to give themselves a little bit more ease when throwing bar spins. I like the Sweet Tooth bars, and they're going to score an 8.1 out of 10. I think these are good bars. They could definitely score a lot higher if there was more multiple size options. Like aside from those two, if they had, I don't know, 8.8, 9.1, like maybe if it incremented 8.8, 9.1, 9.4, 9.7, and 10, like there you go. They're differing by a third of an inch. Like that would be nice, but you can't win everything. Next on the list are the BSD Alex bars. The BSD Alex bars are the signature bars from Alex D. They're made from multi-butted chromoly tubing, which means a great balance of strength and weight savings. They're available in 3 sizes and 2 different colors, so you can find the size that fits right. I like these bars. They only cost $79. They're available in a 9.25, a 9.5, and a 9.75, some of the most popular size options, and they only weigh 27.2 ounces. Yeah, these are the lightest handlebars on the list too. These are really, like, these blew me away. I was not impressed. I was not expecting to be this impressed with these when I started reviewing them. Some of the pros include this clean flat black option. Almost every single bar out there is just like a glossy black and a chrome. A flat black option is rare to find, and it looks so good. It looks really good. It's got strong and light multi-butted tubing, and it's got a 7/8 inch and a 1 inch clamp size option. So this is really unique too. Some companies have started doing like 1 inch diameter handlebar and stem combinations, which gives you better clamping power, so your bars are less likely to slip. It's not super popular, it's not super common, but it's cool that these bars are available in that 7/8 inch and 1 inch clamping size, so you can really fine tune your bike. Like if you have handlebars that are slipping, you get the 1 inch diameter with a 1 inch diameter stem. They're not going nowhere. You've got way more clamping power. They're not going anywhere. So it's cool that this is an option. Some of the cons include that they're only 28 inches wide, but like that's the only con. You know, if you buy bars that are 30 inches wide, you can cut them down to 28. But if you buy bars that are 28 inches wide, you can't add to make them 30. Like it's easy to cut down with handlebars. So my recommendation for people who don't know what width they like is to buy bigger handlebars and cut them down as they go versus just buy smaller handlebars. Like I think 28, that's a really narrow width. It's not the end of the world, but it is very narrow. And so if you get them and you don't like them, you're just kind of shit out of luck. Like you can't add inches on there. You're just stuck with it. But like I said, these are great bars. I was very impressed with them. They're going to score a 9.1 out of 10. Really like these bars. I like the size options. They're popular size options. I like the color options. I like the strength. I like that weight. These are light bars. Like what the hell? They check all the boxes. These are great handlebars. Next on the list are the Subrosa Ray bars. The Subrosa Ray bars are Matt Ray's signature 2-piece handlebars constructed from butted 4130 chromoly with a 20mm crossbar and welded Subrosa shield badge. Each bar is post-weld heat treated for additional strength and durability. If you look at the logo, they look like Ray-Bans, and it's pretty funny. Like for Matt Ray stuff, they do Gucci knockoffs, they do Ray-Ban knockoffs. It's kind of funny. They are $76 for the black version and $86 for the chrome version. And I will say here that most bars, it seems like, have a much bigger price jump when you go from black to chrome. Like you're talking $20, maybe $30 variance in the chrome and black options. These bars only have a $10 variance. So $86 for chrome Matt Ray handlebars is actually a really good deal because most of the chrome bars are closer to 100, if not over 100. So that's a fun fact. They're available in 8.75, 9 inch, 9.25, and 9.5 inch rise options. They weigh 29.3 ounces. Some of the pros include the heat-treated full chromoly. The multiple size options, those are popular size options too. Starting at 8 3/4, going all the way up to, 9.5? Those are good options. That's a good range for handlebar rises, and I like that. The chrome option is affordable, like I mentioned, only $10 more, putting them at $86 for chrome handlebars. It's a good deal for sure. Some of the cons include the weird 1 degree upsweep. Again, that's something that I'll call out if I see it. This is a little bit weird, so just be prepared if you've never ridden 1 degree upsweep. You might not like it. The second thing is the low crossbar. The crossbar is only 6.6 inches high, which gives these bars less of a boxy look and more of like a bug with antenna look. Like the handle bars, the handle part, look like bug antennas because of how low the crossbar is. It just gives it a little bit of a weird look. You'll notice other handlebars, the crossbar is up a little bit higher so that it has a boxier look. Looks cleaner in my opinion, but anyway. These handlebars are going to score a 7.4. I think they're solid bars. I think there's some things that I would change if I was Mr. Shadow CEO, but overall, they're good bars, and they're some of the best bars that I found this year. The last bars on the list are going to be the Mission Command bars. Not because they're the best bars, but because they're the most affordable full chromoly bars. The Mission Command bars are constructed from 4130 straight gauge chromoly tubing with deeply knurled clamping area to prevent slip. These are a great upgrade to the high tensile steel bars found on many complete bikes. They're only $39 for the black option and $49 for the chrome option. This is incredibly affordable, that is a crazy price. And so if you are poor and you have a complete bike and you want to start upgrading it, you have no reason to not have full chromoly handlebars. Like, you should have full chromoly handlebars. The Mission Command bars are full chromoly and they're only $40. You should have full chromoly handlebars. And then you can save up more money and get better full chromoly handlebars, but these are the solid price. They're available in a 9-inch and a 9.5-inch rise. They weigh 34.3 ounces. Some of the pros include the fact that these are really affordable. This is a super affordable upgrade. They are full chromoly, and there's 2 different size options with these handlebars. Some of the cons include that they're heavy. These handlebars are not light, they are heavy. It's because they're straight gauge tubing and not the 13 thermal butted heat treated tubing that you see on the other bikes. Like I said, straight gauge tubing, this contributes to the weight, but they are still going to be pretty decent strength. And another con is that there's only 2 size options for them. Because of all this, the Mission Command bars are going to score a 5.9 out of 10. They're not the best bars. They're nothing like the BSD Alex bars or the Shadow Ray bars or the Brock bars. They're nothing like these bars, but they are good quality handlebars that will outlast the stock bars that you could get on your complete BMX bike. So no complaints there. These are the top 9 handlebars this year. And yeah, if you want to see more top videos like this, that's up here on the screen. And if you want to know what the top 11 BMX bikes are this year, that's also on the screen. We'll see you guys in the next video.